That's the whole stream. It's just the chair. It's just, if y'all are familiar with Critical Role, it's just a menacing chair. Whole stream. Chairlum. Yeah. I can sort of read, once again. I can read a little better, but bad for a different reason. So, excuse me if I have to take a moment to figure out what's going on the screen. Also, I'm an idiot and I just choked on my drink before stream started, so if I'm like trying to suppress the like leftover tickle in my throat and it's not working well. It's like either that or I have a coughing fit and I don't want to do that. Mostly because it's hot. It's hot in here. There's too many lights. I have to be careful about not face revealing. Ah! It's just sitting there menacingly, indeed. Oh, hold on. I forgot to pull something up. The way I just keep getting so close. Okay. That thing's fixed. I can see, I can perceive. I can't see much better, but I can see. Hello everybody. Did I start with that? I don't know if I did. My gosh, my throat. Ah. Okay, I'm doing my tea this time, even though I think it's still like boiling hot. I've been drinking root beer. Because my tea is still too hot. Emotional support root beer. This is so hot. I'm gonna regret this. This isn't an ASMR stream. I can't be doing that kind of shit. What is that? We're jamming. We're rocking out. The music's pretty quiet. It should be, if the music's too loud, let me know and I will adjust it. Oh my gosh, already, what the fuck? Ow, this cup is so hot. Okay. We're back. We despawned at the start of the stream. It's every half hour, so we know we have half an hour. Is this the same infamous chair? Ow, with the squeaks. This one was squeaky at one point, but I think I replaced the extra squeaky chair because I oiled it and it was better, but it still wasn't good. I was gonna say, when did you start doing ASMR streams again? I know. I did one the other night. But no, this is not my ASMR microphone regardless. This is my stream microphone because I have 47 microphones for some reason. I don't have 47, but I do have a lot. Too many, one might argue. I have 1, 2, 5, 6. Wait, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minimum of 9. 10 if you include my phone, because I've been using that to record lately. Any mic can be an ASMR mic if you believe in a higher power. Bad news. What a nice light topic to start stream on. Who wants to talk religious philosophy? I actually legitimately don't mind talking about that stuff on stream. I think everybody like shies away from it, but I think it's interesting to talk about complex topics on stream and getting input from other people. Uh I don't know. Like I said, I guess I don't mind it. Uh, I think I used to be more into the like not wanting it on stream at all or anything. But um I don't know how to explain it. I guess the further along we've gone, the more I'm just like, I don't really give a shit. I think this is interesting and stimulating to discuss, so I don't mind if that's where streams go. Used an Audio Technica USB 2020X for a few months. I'm so vaguely familiar with the Audio Technica mics. I feel like I see the names around all the time, and I'm just not like, I look into them and then I immediately forget all of the information, or I immediately forget all of the information that I learned. Uh, my microphones, I started out with a couple Behringer C4s, a couple matched pair shotgun microphones. Shotgun? I don't know if they're shotgun. They're like tiny, small condenser, um, cardioid, large. What the fuck am I trying to say? Small diaphragm condenser microphone. Uh, they're normally used more for like drumming and stuff, like instrument miking. But they work for vocals and stuff. They're a bit noisy, I think, if I remember correctly. I haven't used them in years. Um, I have minimum of 11 microphones. I have 2 microphones that are included in my cassette recorders. Um, oh, yeah. I almost lost my train of thought. Yeah, so the Behringer C4s. Um, and then I got a Blue Yeti, and then I graduated to what came after the Blue Yeti? I think my Neat King Bees came after the Blue Yeti, which are my favorite. I love those microphones. Um, if I had to just pick one to keep, by far it would be one of my Neat King Bees. Um, Beautiful sounding microphone. I really love how it captures my voice. The SM7B, weirdly enough, I feel like should capture my voice in a more pleasant sounding way. Maybe it more pleasant sounding, but it's very it muddies a lot of the finer intricacies of your voice. I think being a dynamic microphone, it's very what people call warm. It has sort of a fuzzy sound to it, whereas cardioid um I'm gonna mix up cardioid and condenser mic a million times in this stream. They sound the fucking same. So we're just gonna have to roll with that. But oh fuck. Oh, I lost my train of thought. I threw myself off trying to hedge something I was saying. Cardioid microphones, condenser microphones. Where were we going? Oh, the Neat King Bees. Okay, we're getting back there every time. Like I said, this is just gonna be kind of a thing now. We're gonna have to roll with it. But yeah, so they're a very detailed sound. It captures like all of the tiny intricacies of what goes on in your voice, of whatever you're recording. But I think for vocals, um, it is a little bit sharp, which I think isn't a great thing for my voice theoretically, but I don't think it's really a problem. I actually kind of like that it captures those sort of finer, I guess, high pitched sounds of my voice. Um, because that's kind of what I try to emphasize a little bit. Or what I have to sort of bring out in my versus my sort of natural, I guess, voice. It's not really the terminology I like using, but I sort of struggle to describe like your bass voice without any modification. Because me sounding like this is natural. It comes very naturally to me. Um, it's actually I sort of have to switch modes to go back to how I would like naturally naturally have talked in like high school, which was not so flitty. I love how I was jokingly like you should do Toadstool streams in the afternoon. Bet weekend night, 2 a.m. and afternoon. Yeah. I'm trying. I happen to find out that I mostly had my place to myself, so I have to use whatever time I got because sometimes I don't get that very often. I miss having my own place. I wish that it just worked out that both of now I have all my microphones, but I don't have very much privacy. I had a ton of privacy before, but I didn't have my microphones, and I wasn't really aware of how. I'm so sad that I didn't know how good my phone's microphones were, and that you could record in stereo from a phone. While I was in Japan, I could have made so much more stuff. Ugh, ugh. Uh, yeah. Now that I'm back, though, now that I've been back for quite some time now, but yeah. So I mainly I have my Neat King bees. I have two of those, which are not a matched pair, but they're fine. It works well enough. Every once in a while, I get like a weird warbly effect where, with with microphones, sometimes with like matched pairs, or with non-matched pairs, the sound is just like ever so slightly different, and sometimes like if your waveform is a little bit off from like two different microphones, you can get like an interference that sounds really bad. It's basically like two sound waves sort of trying to cancel each other out. um and it's not good sounding, so every once in a while I have to adjust for that, but most of the time the match pair thing is important in like professional settings, but I don't think it's like that big a deal. And I don't know, maybe that's a spicy microphone take, but what microphones did I get after my Neat King bees? I got a couple of what are they called? I'm trying to think of the brand name, and I want to say it's Clippy microphones. Like, but I'm like, that's also the Excel or the Microsoft Word old mascot thing. So I'm like, I think it's Clippy, but I could be mistaking it. But no, I got a couple of those. They're actually, funny enough, if you're familiar with ASMR microphones, the 3DO microphone, not the Pro version, but the regular, I guess, version, uses your straw in that can is making me insane. Why do you have a straw in a can? It's because my teeth are bad, so I can't drink soda straight from a can. I have to like put the straw like in the back of my mouth so it doesn't rot my teeth. What do you mean sickening? I actually think it's more normal to use a straw in a can than anything else. I feel weirder when I use a straw in like a plastic bottle. Rot your teeth like the rest of us? Absolutely. I already did. That's the problem. I can't do it anymore. Finally, I've been trying to join one of your streams, but I keep missing them. Well, I keep streaming at like the weirdest fucking times possible. So, thank you. Hello. I'm glad you're able to join. It's not normal to use a straw in either. What do you use a straw in then? That's such a what? That's what straws are for. They go in drinks. I have also done straw in soda can. Straw for cup. I don't know, because I think the thing is, I don't drink stuff out of cups very often, like other than juice. I'm not drinking juice out of a straw, unless it's like something with a straw like built in or something. I don't know, what do they call it? Like uh uh well, no, because you wouldn't even put that in a cup. I was gonna say like a Capri Sun or something, but putting a Capri Sun in a cup would be cursed. Isn't that how people like found out they had like, this is a long time ago, but isn't that how like people found out they had mold in them or something? Somebody like cut one open, there's a bunch of mold in one, and then other people did it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this is a problem." The hole you use to open can, the hole is there for a reason. Yeah, that's my whole. Okay, so that's the thing with the can. Like, you use the tab to. I'm trying to do this without spilling my drink. You use the tab to like hold the straw. You just like spin it around and you put your straw in, because otherwise it like it does the thing where it like floats up. It's not really doing it much right now because my soda is like halfway gone. But so you like lock it in. You put this like tab, and then you get it locked in for your extreme gaming time. Lock your soda in, and then you lock your mind in. They make those can tabs without the holes. It's not meant for that. It's well, they're making them wrong then. I'm gonna be stubborn about this. Okay, as someone who used to freeze my Capri Suns because they weren't cold enough, I'd pour them out in a glass, diabolical, cutting those bad boys open. That's the worst. I think that's worse than anything else we've discussed thus far. uh Also, okay, I just remembered this is crazy. I have not like streamed in so long, used streaming tech, TM. Um okay, side note, streaming tech. What was I getting to? Oh, noise suppression. If I can't remember, that's what I was trying. That's what I was getting to before. Um, I said something to, who did I say this to? I think it was I think it was a doctor's appointment or something where I said something, and I like, how if you follow me on like Blue Sky or anything, you probably see like every so often I'll say something TM and I'll capitalize it. And I said something, I can't remember what I said, but the person like laughed and was like, I could hear the capitalization in your voice. And this was not like an internet savvy person. I think they were like, fine, they use the internet. But like, they were, yeah, they literally said, I heard like something about I hearing the capitalization in what I said. And I was like, what the fuck? I do that all the time online. I was like, that's crazy. You just clocked that. uh, okay, noise suppression. We got there. That's the first time I've remembered a topic in Jesus. Anyway, so I'm literally so the music that's like playing right now, is like right now you guys can hear it. It's sourced like directly through my computer. It's the internal wires and stuff. The electronic fake wires are all routing my music into the stream. Um, which disappear from the VOD if they're ephemeral. Um, but I have the music playing out of my speakers like right now. I'm jamming, which is I'm not wearing headphones, and I have not done anything with streaming in so long that I forgot like how good some things have gotten. Like the noise suppression is insane now. It's crazy. Like you could just straight up listen to music and vibe, and that's it. You don't have to like again put on headphones. You don't have to do any crazy like EQ anything. I don't know. It was just wild to me. I kept doing like sound tests beforehand because I was like, no way, no way. So I put on some like Duran Gray, which is like heavy, like rock metal music. At least some of their well, most of their later stuff. But And it was like, straight up, it was not there in the recording, so it shouldn't be in the stream, which is wild. I feel like I'm easily impressed sometimes, and it's like, how have I gotten to like the 70-year-old, like, wow, these newfangled things really are amazing. I feel like I'm there already. Except for some of it's horrifying. I'm also at the 70-year-old stage of like technology is evil now, which I would beg to uh differ with the conventional argument that, it's things always just seem bad as you get older. I would argue for modern times this is a particular era of technology not doing good things. Just on a deeper societal level. No expressions wild nowadays, especially on Discord. You could be a freak on party room in the middle of things, yeah, and no one hears a thing. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if I would be the one testing that, but I can imagine the because again, I have like you can hear the music a little bit. It's pretty aggressive. It's not the most gentle music. I enjoy the jump scare of the sort of coming into, oh, it's gonna be soft like indie music or something. No, absolutely not. Which I do very much enjoy, to be clear. I actually probably enjoy that more nowadays than I used to, for sure. Whereas this kind of music, I actually just recently started listening to any Visual K music uh pretty recently again. Rapidly becoming old man yells at clouds. I know, and I feel like this doesn't usually happen so fast with people, so I feel like there has to be some legitimacy to it. Hey, I'm metalhead. I'm totally down for this music. I'm really not much of a metalhead. I kind of have to filter out through some of my old favorite bands' discographies because it's just not for me. I don't like it when it gets too heavy. It's just a personal preference. I know a lot of people that like metal and I've tried to listen to it more and all that, but yeah, it's not for me. I mostly listen to like soft indie music. That was kind of the phase I was in. Now I've gotten more to uh sort of how would you describe it? Sort of a little bit more energetic music. Adjacent to Vocaloid. Um Sort of like, what are they called? The Taite? The like sort of faceless YouTube singers and sort of the Vocaloid adjacent genre. Um some of that. Anti Cafe. Oh my gosh, what a vibe switch. But it's been so long since I've listened to I think this is either Anti Cafe or SUG. I'm pretty sure it's Anti Cafe, but oh, neither do I. Melodic metal only. Yeah. I think even anything that like definitively falls under the metal category ends up becoming too heavy for me. Um I think over the years I've realized I'm not a fan of a lot of electric guitar. I don't know, like I really like acoustic guitar, but like the especially like in rock music, a lot of the distortion and stuff. I think it's just like the fuzziness is like grating on my ears, but I don't know. That could be over analysis. I have a tendency to do that nowadays. Silicon Valley being as evil as humanly possible. Oh, for sure. For sure. I feel like I'm like brand. I just looked at my screen. I just realized I'm like brand promoting Barks Root Beer. Sponsor me, please. I don't want that actually. But it would be funny. It talks about how evil companies are nowadays. Hey, company, come sponsor me. I actually don't know who owns Barks. It's got to be like Pepsi or Coke, right? I have no idea. Coca-Cola. Okay. Yeah, because I think every time I see root beer when there's Pepsi, it's always mug root beer. And every time a restaurant has Coca-Cola, they have Barks root beer. That makes sense. Still waiting on the Taco Bell sponsor? Yeah. It's so crazy the other day just having like a random spicy food craving, and I was like, I got some. It was Taco Bell spicy, so it wasn't really spicy for anybody who actually likes spicy food, but for me, it was spicy. Hey, company, come sponsor me so I can tell you to go eat dirt. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not looking to get sponsored by the Coca-Cola company, you know? I do think I sometimes like. How do I explain this? I not over moralize. Maybe that's the closest way I can describe it. I tend to like over moralize my decisions when nobody actually gives a shit. Just stuff like sponsorships and everything, you know. I don't think I would. I don't know. I would never say anything definitively anymore. But I don't think I would ever really take sponsorships from like any. This is theoretical. There's no way. This again, theoretical, but the idea of like taking a sponsorship from any like decent sized company, I think like it's really not impactful on like a single person scale. So it's like one of those things where I know everybody is like, "Hey, get that bag. Hey, like you go for it. King, queen, you make your money." Because I think everybody understands. And I understand, you know, when I see people get big sponsorships, even it's like I see that and I'm like, you know, that's cool. It's exciting for them. I don't have any other kinds of thoughts about that for creators that I like. Um, from, you know, companies that are maybe not my favorite, but in general, I think like again, nobody really cares. Um, and I like stress myself out about stuff like that so much. I'm just like, you know, one of those things where I'm like, you know, I think I should be more willing to be more flexible, but hey, that's on autism, baby. But yeah, I think uh I think I wouldn't like just in general with sponsorships and everything, I wouldn't really know how to incorporate them with ASMR anyway. I have seen a couple people do it in like IRL ASMR, which you know I've played around with lately, but like there's a couple people I think that I've seen do like um not like body oil type role plays because I think there's a couple companies that do fragrances like that, but it was like a perfume type uh like perfume store role play video. And so the video was like sponsored, but instead of just like an ad segment, um I think there maybe was also. No, actually no, I don't think there was. It was just like incorporated like talking about like the brand like here and there like throughout the video, and it wasn't over the top. It was very like um casual it was, you know, describing a perfume as you would and everything, mentioning the brand name, which I do think can also be a more nefarious type of advertising. But, you know, I think as long as there's the, you know, hey, this is an ad up front thing or something on the screen, it's like, I think that's kind of a cool way to do it, where it's like, I don't know, I think people don't like being sold a thing in their ASMR, but I think there's a line where you can do it in a cool way. Like there's what was it? There was an Etsy shop that I think sponsored, not I think sponsor is like a weird maybe word, like collaborate is maybe a better word for like smaller shops and smaller creators and stuff. But I think they made wands. And so there was an ASM artist who did like a wand shop role play, and they had like this person's like wands, and mentioned like the maker and some or they had the creators like links and stuff down in the comments. And I think stuff like that is really cool. I think stuff that comes across more collaborative is fun rather than like something that's selling you a thing. Um, like for the it's been so long since I've watched it, but like for the perfume video, I think there's an argument to be made where like if that perfume is being mentioned, but also you're mentioning maybe a couple other perfumes, uh, and let's say you like role play that the customer takes the you know sponsoring perfume. I think like something like that is not too invasive, where it feels okay to me. I need to catch up on chat. I've been, as long as it's not BlackRock. Yeah, I can't even remember the names, to be honest. Symptoms of autism, mastery 100 Briar, not taking sponsorships. Yeah, it's learning a lot from salemAudio. The only person I've seen do sponsorships on ASMR together was Danny OST for live streams, but outside of that, I don't know how you would incorporate it. Yeah, it's difficult. I think it's not impossible. But I think sponsorships for ASMR are a little harder. But I mean, plenty of people just do like ad reads, you know, and that's fine. Again, I never judge other people for it. Like when other people are doing it, great. I'm so glad they're making the money. I hope it works out for them. It's just when it comes to me, I overthink it. Which, wow, what a shocker. Me overthink something? Oh, sorry, you guys can probably hear my tummy. Sudden loud crash in the middle of ASMR. Have you heard about Surfshark VPN? Yeah, I mean, like, I think there are some that feel a little bit more forced, where they're not already like an ASMR related topic, where it's like you could do like a hacker video or something and incorporate Surfshark. You know, you might be. Oh, I despawned. Okay. Where something like that. Oh, you might be treading a little bit on the Nordverse ads from Critical Role, but like a role play for like Surfshark VPN or something, like, you know, a hacker role play where it's like mentioned or you use it for something or whatever. But I think that feels more forced compared to like a mattress company being incorporated in ASMR, or, you know, something more thematic of a role play like the wands, you know. I think it's just about using stuff that already has themes of relaxation or creativity, where um I don't know, like maybe not for like voiced type roleplay ASMR, but for like IRL ASMR, um you could use like some of like the meal kits and stuff, and you could, you know, cook a meal, and you know it's do some sort of role play with that, and I think that feels okay. But Ruby, yeah, barks. It's got bite. Femboy munches on Taco Bell Crunch Wrap and asks about your JSMR. Yeah, I could do that. I love a good Crunch Wrap Crunchwrap ASMR. Used to watch a dude named Marno, I think. Marno ASMR, who would implement them pretty well if I remember correctly. He was actually one of the people I was thinking of. I don't think either of the sort of videos that I mentioned were. Maybe he's done something similar, but I was thinking of other creators. But Marno, I know, I've seen him do it before, and he does it well too, I think. Are you sure you're overthinking? Maybe you should stop and consider that. Oh, don't do this to me. Don't do that to me. Oh, Kitsune, not your message getting held for misogyny by Automod. It wasn't misogynistic, to be clear, to everybody else. I saw this slutty red panda furry ASM artist who has factory sponsorships for his videos. It's strange. Yeah, it's just, like I said, I think it's just hard to incorporate some of that into the video. I think taking like a Surfshark VPN or like a uh, factor sponsorship or something. I think to me, this is, to be clear, I'm not making any judgments about what anybody else does. I think everybody else should do what they feel is best. But I make plenty of my own strong decisions, so um but oh, I lost my train of thought. Misogyny was the first word I thought of to start getting myself back on whatever I was saying. Oh, fuck, totally forgot. Yep, nope. We're moving on to something else because my train of thought is gone. Automon has the wildest things it dislikes. A lot of the time, doesn't like Looney, as in Looney Tunes. Yeah, it sometimes catches stuff that I'm like, I don't think we needed to catch that, but I appreciate that you're looking out. Ooh, I don't my jewelry. This is one of my favorite rings or favorite bracelets. It's like a bracelet and a ring. I got this in Taiwan actually. It's like a vendor that had a bunch of different animal themed. I think it was like zodiac themed jewelry and stuff. I'm not Year the Rabbit. This is a rabbit, but I think I'm. What am I? You're the dog, which is very funny. I think lately, for reasons. Um, but I've never cared for it before personally. It's just I'm not a dog person, so which I know there's some exceptions, but just the dog energy is a little too much for my. I've always been a little bit more the black cat type, so the puppy audios were foretold indeed, written at my birth. Trying to upload a video. I'm watching a stream. They're watching the stream, and it's so slow right now. Nothing else is. Oh, upload pains. Literally, me messaging anyone on Discord takes extra minutes to read the message 3 more times. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Been there. Been there every time I'm messaging somebody. Which is part of why I pretty much had to like shut my Discord down, go off the fucking grid. Because I was just, uh couldn't there were plenty of other reasons. That was just one amongst many, what's the needle that broke, or the I always mess up the saying. The straw that broke the camel's back. The problem is I think about the haystack and the needle. And so I'm always trying to think like the hay that broke the camel's back, the needle that broke the camel's back, neither of these are right because I'm thinking straw and hay first. And then I'm like, well, the straw, no, the hay that broke the camel's back is not correct. So then I move on to trying the other one, and it's not correct. I struggle with this every time. Hi, Amy. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. I got some packages earlier. I was gonna do like a unboxing stream, but it's nothing fun. Well, it's some kind of fun stuff, but it's not the sort of it's not unboxing type fun. Hold on, I can't even remember what I got. Let me see. Oh. Crunchy old. I got a USB-C to DisplayPort adapter. And this is so I can plug my VR headset into my laptop, which does not have a DisplayPort. Because I need to check it because I think it's broken. So wish me luck. I got the hopefully correct part for my PS2. The drive disc, the drive, the disc drive rather, is not spinning the disc or recognizing that there's a disc in the console at all. So we've got that. I would have shown you, but there's no picture on it. It's just a box. And then we got a microphone holder because I'm an ASM artist, so I need something that holds 2 microphones. Microphone 2. All right, but I think I might have another more fun unboxing I can do later this week. Because I ordered some clothes online. I've been really into thrifting lately. Which is lovely. It's a very cheap way to satisfy capitalistic urges. So it's like I've been finding like going on like days where they got like dollar deals and stuff. So very fun to get clothes and stuff again because I haven't really updated my wardrobe in probably about a year and a half, which I've been wearing fashion again more often. So I've needed to, and I took some of my old clothes and I dyed them today. I was ruining, I was ruining. I did ruin one thing, but that's okay because I never dye anything that I'm not okay with ruining. But I was sort of fixing one thing because some bleach had gotten on it, so I was dyeing like a coat, like a dark green, and I think it came out so pretty. Hold on, let me grab it. I think the color came out beautiful. I was trying to get it close to the original color, but I ended up uh making it a little bit darker. Like it was originally like a sort of a more it's actually showing up a little bit more olivey. It's a little bit more like foresty, but it's still that's still a pretty color on stream though. But yeah, so this is like it's so pretty. I thought I was gonna have to throw it away because some bleach got on it. Um, this wasn't thrifted to be clear, but it was reconstituted, which is always nice. But I've been wanting to try out a little bit more feminine clothing lately, so I ordered a couple dresses and a skirt, I think online, and then I picked a couple up from a thrift store, which fucking the egg jokes have been very much there. But I had a very like funny like movie queer experience the other day where I was I was like, you know, there are a lot of trans femme signs lately. Um but like I kind of like stood in front of a mirror for like a good like couple minutes and was like trying to think of myself in, you know, certain ways and imagine certain things and everything, and I was like, nah, nope, uh-uh. Like I took a second like to consider it, and I was like, nope, that's also wrong. um Went to a thrift store yesterday and got two certified supernatural TM pieces. And they're found like corduroy priests with elbow patches. That's so fun. Fucking love a good elbow patch. Okay, but you look fantastic in the skirt. Can't wait to see the dresses. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about those. We'll see. I put one on yesterday that I got, and I really liked the skirt. I don't know how much I would wear it just casually around, so I'm gonna keep it for a little while and see. I don't tend to wear a lot of gaudy clothing, at least not here, just because nobody else is wearing gaudy clothing, and I don't like sticking out that much. I live in a small town, so I just don't like wearing like the gaudiest clothing, which is funny because I used to wear black lipstick and 6-inch platform boots, and I had a mohawk. Uh, and now I'm just, but I think it's just like now I'm just like, I don't, like I was fine with that then, and you know there's a certain amount of attention that comes with that sort of thing, and it's not necessarily for that, but I, you know, was understanding that it did come with that, and so just understanding that now, I still like that sort of style, but I'm just like, I leave it for other people now. Mm-hmm. Need to go thrifting. I really have to find anything gender, but my hopes aren't high. I think it says. I can't tell that part, but aren't high is what I'm assuming. I actually think thrift stores are way better than they were, you know, a couple years ago. Not maybe not a couple years ago, but a few years ago even, like, you know, kind of 2018, pre-2018, like thrift stores now have just like steadily gotten better since then. I will go in and find something I want every time. Like, and that used to be rare. My color palette and stuff is more expanded now, but there's always tons of black clothing at thrift stores, so that was never really the problem. But you must look so cool. Well, thank you. If you would like to see, I do have some recent fashion stuff on my Blue Sky. I also have a lot of other stupid shit on my Blue Sky, but if you want to see some pictures, I got some of my fashion pictures on Blue Sky. Anybody that likes wants to see like pictures or anything, I must simply the test I put them through the test of can you make it through my stupid constant text posts. I smoke hash till I brown. Hey, I don't know what's going on there, but welcome. I don't. Sure. My worry is sizing mostly. Gotcha. I with like femme clothing, I do tend to have a little bit of issue with sizing. Um, Not too badly. And I'm able to, you know, I used to sew a lot, so I can fix minor fit issues and everything. But I bought a couple things the other day that were a little small. One was a little big and baggy in certain areas, and it's like a cable knit sweater. I included it in my. I made a video earlier. I started making a video where I recorded some like fashionable outfits that were sort of like femboi adjacent, or at least like fashion ideas for other stuff that's non-traditional femboi fashion. Um, but yeah, so I did that earlier, and I just got myself off my train of thought again. Fuck. Uh Oh, the cable knit sweater. Okay, so I made an outfit with that, and I didn't really love the outfit, but it's like I wanted to include like a Morike style outfit. Um, Sort of more of that like heavy cottage core, lots of layers and warm, cozy looking stuff, but like a little bit dark. I presume you are not six six. I think that says. Uh, most certainly am not. I wish I was. Well, I was. I was once when I wore my platform boots and my mohawk. My mohawk was probably. I think you might have had to look up at the top of my mohawk. That's. Oh gosh, my light just fell. Trying not to face reveal. If I just face revealed, no, I didn't. Okay. I don't like the light there as much, but sure. I need to get more gender clothing with money. Yeah, like I said, that's why I really like going to thrift stores lately. Like, what did I find? I found this blouse from Coldwater Creek earlier, which I was not familiar with the brand before. But this is so pretty. It's like very lacy lacy little number, and it's got, oh sorry, I just bumped the microphone. Like this sort of upturned collar. It's so pretty. It's like sometimes like I'll let myself get like one more expensive piece from thrift stores if I find something like really nice. And this was $20, which is I feel like a lot for a thrift store, but I checked the brand and I realized like the original brand has like their pieces are like $100. So I was like, okay, I get it. Plus it's a charity sort of thing with I think most thrift stores. It's most thrift stores in my area, so it's like, all right, you got me. It's beautiful. Tops you find are so pretty. I'm telling you, the thrift stores are much better than they used to be. It's not like I'm in a small town. I'm not in a fashionable area whatsoever. That brand name reminds me when I was at college, there was a store called Half Moon Outfitters. Walked past occasionally. Maybe I should go in. That sounds witchy as hell. Maybe I'll find something I like. Later looked it up, and they're just generic outdoor stuff. That's so funny when you find someplace that like the name is so alternative sounding, and then you're like, oh, no, they have no idea. This is a very different vibe. Out here bringing civilization to their small town. No, my small town's bringing civilization to me, apparently, with these thrift stores. They got great stuff. Like, oh my gosh, let me show you guys the other thing I found at a thrift store. I'm trying not to face reveal. Ah! Did I do it? Rather, did I not do it? Ferngully! My beloved! Still got the Goodwill tag on, I just realized. Yeah. 49 cents, baby! God, that unlocked memories. Yeah. Gotta take a day and drive around all the small ones. Yeah, there's one nearby me. It's in the next town over, and I love it so much. It's so good. They don't have clothes at all, but it's like a used record place, but like they also have other used stuff. And it's like a warehouse that's huge, and it's just like stuff hung up all over. It's like vaguely organized. Like, there's a camera section and like a technology section and stuff. But it's all like it's mostly older stuff. I would say the vast majority of everything in there is like pre 2000s. Or at least like early 2000 and pre, whereas and at least like a third to half of it is probably pre 1990 1980. Really, really, really cool place to just go and get lost in for like a couple hours. And I want to do that again, but I haven't gone over there because it's a drive and I hate driving. The old plastic VHS packaging. Yeah, it like barely fits in my media. What do you call it? My media rack, which I have, which is crazy how much it fits. It's if it's VHSs, barely. If it's ones in like boxes, better. I've got CDs. I've got cassettes, like audio cassettes. I've got DVDs. I've got Blu-rays. I've got manga in different size formats. So I'm like, damn, you really do it all, girl. So it's like, which again, I found this at a thrift store. I found a CD rack at a thrift store for like $10, which is crazy. Go to your local thrift stores. I promise there's cooler stuff than you think. But yeah, it's like that's I've been trying to go out to thrift stores more often, and I love there's two online thrift stores that I love, which is I mean, like Depop and everything is really cool, but like in terms of like stuff that's sort of more of a business, I guess, of a thrift store, um uh ThreadUp I really like. I'd take a ThreadUp sponsorship, not gonna lie. Um Immediately goes back on what I said. I'd consider a ThreadUp sponsorship. Um, but ThreadUp and the very aptly named Closet Child, which I did in fact start ordering from when I was 13, and that certainly was a sign that one of my favorite shops was called Closet Child. Uh, it still amuses me to this day. But no, I that's like a Japanese like alternative fashion thrift store. They have like Lolita, they have Visual K, they have like punky stuff. Um Very, very high quality too. So that's another one of my favorites for sure. Do. And I think almost everything that I wore in that outfit video I made was almost all thrifted. I think it was, oh my gosh, I'm like hearing my throat crack. I need to drink some tea. I have to get going. Hope you have an amazing stream. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. How's this already like getting cold? It's been a while, I guess. That mug was so hot earlier. Thought it would take longer. My camera's gonna cut out soon. How cool would that have been if it cut out right after I said that? I'll have to time that better next time. Always great when they price things decently and don't Goodwill it and go straight to eBay for pricing. Yeah. Um like I don't like put anything against people who do that kind of thing, like, because that's mostly like I think just people who are, getting by. And it's like I have a hard time blaming people who are like just getting by for, trying to make a quick buck. Um, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but you find like a nice piece and you're like, wow, I know this brand is very expensive and this is $5. It's like, sure, you pick that up. You make that money. But that's of course like talking about just, people buying like sort of treasure hunting for like expensive brand jackets and stuff, not like price gouging. That's a different thing. I look up stuff I get uh just to see if it was like a wild deal. Yeah, I do the same thing. I mostly do it after I get home, but if it's like something where I'm like I like a record player or something, like that's like a case where, you look it up and you crouch down, you get on your phone, you're looking up brand names and year release dates and reviews and stuff. Still on the lookout for a record player. Haven't had any luck yet. Good luck. I hope you find one. I will say, Goodwill's been getting kind of expensive with their stuff lately. There was a record player at my Goodwill, and it wasn't old. It was like one of the newer ones that has like Bluetooth. It's like styled like an old one. It's not like a Victrola. It's another. It seemed like it was like a tiny step up from like the new like very cheap like luggage, or what are they called, suitcase style, briefcase style, I think, record players. Also, I don't think I showed you guys my cup. It's got an Oreo on it. But yeah, so it wasn't like an old thing or anything. It was a newer model, and it was $70. And then I found a towel warmer there the other day, and that was $70. Apparently somebody thought it was worth it, though, because it was gone next time I went. I was hoping it would get like discounted or something, because I was like, damn, I want a towel warmer. That sounds amazing. Secondhand shops got gentrified by TikTok. Yeah, that's a whole complicated topic. See, the thing about complicated topics is I don't mind getting into them if I have enough awareness about them. There's some topics where I'm like, I have an opinion on this. And it might be, in this case, like, there's a tentative agreement, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, I think this could be a thorny topic that I don't know enough about. Amazing news. One of the flannels I got is from a brand where everything else on this site is $200. So great stuff for me. Yo, amazing. That's fantastic. Very cool. Yeah, I do check the brands and stuff when I get home just to see. Like, there was one thing that I bought the other day. I think I posted a picture of that one too. It was like a top that was like a 2-in-1 like shirt collar, and it sort of had like a little bit of a shirt poking out. But it was actually just one layer. It has a sort of a cardigan and undershirt look to it. But I looked that up, and that was some like fast fashion brand, which is great. I love that, because then it means it's not, one of the other fast fashion products that goes in the landfill or anything as fast. And I've tend to found, like, I try not to dry my clothes in a dryer. One spoon I try to keep dedicated for something is hanging up my laundry, just because like I've started to buy like nicer clothes or stuff that I want to last a little longer, or thrift store stuff I'm not going to be able to replace. So I try to baby it a little bit, and I dry it. I like hang dry all my stuff. But what else did I get from the I mostly got clothes from the thrift store, other than all my like vintage stuff recently. Like I said, that cable knit sweater, I was close-ish. Yeah, that cable knit sweater, which I didn't, I don't know. It's like I think it could be so cute styled with something, but I think it's something that I don't own. I've been going through my stuff trying to figure it out, and I can't quite figure out how to make it work. It's definitely my least favorite outfit in that video. I think it's still nice. I wouldn't have included it, if I didn't like it, but I just think of the five, it's the weakest. But I just wanted to make a video and like include some more like, it's kind of, I feel weird calling it like femboi stuff, but it's because like I think for me a lot of what sort of makes that puts it over the edge, that kind of puts me into that, is like some of my outfits, but also like, I have long hair, I do my makeup, I wear nail polish and stuff, more traditionally feminine coded things. Um and I just try and strike a balance of like androgyny. I try to get sort of out of the paradigm and have more of a less of a question of like which gender are you? and more of a, oh, you have no gender, sort of. That's more of the vibe that I'm trying to get to, but for simplicity's sake. Gender, gen don't. That's pretty good, Lillian. The squares are here. Oh, the squares are here. I didn't see them at first. My lighting is too dim and sultry. It's supposed to be a little less dim, but my light apparently is not stable where I had it. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I started a new sleep medication last night. Oh my gosh, it worked so well. Um, like I took like the lowest dose, which I think like you can go up quite a bit higher than what I took. Obviously with doctor's approval, none of this medical advice, etc., etc. But yeah, so I took that and slept for almost 8 hours straight, which is the longest I can remember sleeping in a very long time, like continuously, or even really most nights at all. Most nights it's 6 hours, 5 hours broken up in 2 or 3 hour chunks. So that was crazy. But it's a medication that apparently fairly commonly causes like hunger issues too. And I just haven't been hungry at all lately. I normally have a smaller appetite, but not incredibly so. But lately I've literally been like, I'm not really hungry, but I need to get something in me, so I'm gonna drink some broth. That's kind of where I'm at, like, at least like once a day, like, you know, I I have solid food at least like once or twice, a day, but I just can't seem to keep much space. But I woke up today, and after I had like slept so long, I was like, oh my fucking god, I'm so hungry. I was like, I ate like a big bowl of cereal, and I was like, I could eat another, but I'm not a food motivated person, luckily. So I was able to just kind of be like, nah, I'm still a little bit I could eat more, but I'm okay. I don't really want to. It's more effort than I want to put in, more time than I want to put in. I want to move on to something else. I appear with pie. Sorry for late. You are okay. What's the Lord of the Ring? It's from Lord of the Rings, right? The saying about like never showing up late, showing up exactly when you should, exactly when you mean to be there, or something like that. Pretend I said it right, and we'll go with that. I'm getting the good REM. I know, I forgot to turn my sleep tracker on though. So I need to do that and see how I'm actually sleeping with it. Got that line perfectly, for real, for real. Thank you, Willem. I appreciate the moral support. How'd you know I was a wizard? Oh, that's right. It's the Gandalf quote. A wizard does not show up late or early. They show up exactly when they mean to. Something like that. Ah, I bumped the microphone. I've gotten to a point where I don't apologize for it. I just acknowledge it. Sorry. uh, um, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Besides the thrift store stuff, quite a few other things. Let me show you actually that skirt. I could show you guys the stuff I got from the thrift store. They'll be in my outfit video, but bumping the mic is part of the salemAudio experience. The person with literally has audio in their name, who fucking does audio, professionally. Uh, it's basically my day job, and I can't do it right. What the fuck? Okay, so this is the cable knit sweater that I got. It's gonna be like garbage. Here, let me see if I can pull this out of the way. Just a bit. Yeah, so there's like a nice cable knit. I think it's actually technically a dress, but it wears like a sweater. You could wear it as a dress. It would just be a bit scandalous. Consume your most powerful microphone to gain the power of audio equipment. I if I could do that, I'd be down in microphones. I'd be taking that phrase "eat the mic." I'd be making it literal. I need all the audio prowess I can get. I started off with a debuff. Lillian, you got some fucking banger lines today. ASMR just never makes a sound by accident. They bump the mic precisely when they mean to. I'm loving these today, Lillian. They're very good. Okay, and these are some floral. These are some floral pants that I got. Let me actually speak into the microphone even a little bit. Yeah, so this is the pattern. And they're very cute. They're a little bit short. They kind of wear like capris on me. But I just tuck them into some boots. Or I think like the problem is I just don't have any shoes to wear that with capris. And I also have short legs, so they make me look a little bit like a penguin, and I don't like that. Again, I'm telling you guys, my town is 2 miles by 2 miles. Our main thing is farming. I promise you, thrift stores are cooler now. Like, so it's a skirt, which is quite large. You can't see it very well. It's pleated, and there's like it's gray and black. You really can't. What about if I bring it further back? Nope. Okay, so it's gigantic, but basically you just sort of like wrap it up over part of itself. Um, there's like a tie here. Can I find it? Ah, ah. Okay, we got it. So there's like a tassel here that has these nice little ends to them. And then you just like wrap it around and tie it, and it's so cute. It's like it's very sort of early 2000s, I think maybe mid 2000s, kind of like Japanese street fashion. Like if you look at like old pictures of like what was it, Harajuku Bridge, I think, on Sundays, you know, it's sort of it has that sort of gaudy vibe, meant so lovingly. I can't show I can't show you guys the last thing I got because I would have to crouch down and that would definitely face reveal. The it's down in the bottom shelf of that thing over there. Boop. Um but that was the oh my gosh, I just almost knocked over my whole shelf. That would have been so bad. Bump the mic. I meant to. My stomach. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's the media rack that I was talking about before. So it's got like four layer. It's got God 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. It's got probably 40, 80. It's got maybe like 80 manga on it. It's got maybe 20 CDs, 15 DVDs. It's not a good thing to knock over. um Legit tempted to get a skirt now. Yeah, there's some really cute ones. I want to get some like a lot of like neutral and beige ones and stuff that you can layer. Dresses I'm still a little iffy on. I tried one on and I felt a little funky about it. There is, some socialization stuff that I do have to unpack on that. Um, but my stomach, oh my gosh. I'm not even like hungry really. Well, I'm hungry, but not to the degree that my stomach is rumbling. But yeah, so I got a very pink flowery dress, which I know is maybe a strong decision to be like, well, you're getting into femme clothing. I got the most femme clothing possible, but it's like the cut and stuff I thought was really nice. And I really like the idea of like a flowy sundress. I don't think I'm really a flowy sundress type of person. I think like there are just parts of me that I don't think look good in a sundress or wouldn't look good in a sundress. But I got one that was sort of analogous. But I don't like shirring for me, like, because a lot of dresses are shirred in this, like, let me get my beer out of the way, in this, like, center area. And I obviously, being a man, I don't have, like, and I don't have anything up top to fill the dresses out. So it's like I end up with a lot of just baggy fabric, especially with the shirring. So, not ideal. But, hmm. Yeah, so I got that. I wish I could grab it. It's such a pretty fabric. And it's very like sheer and flowy. So, I'm gonna try and cut out the shirring, I think. I don't think there was much shirring. I think it was like there's an elastic like waistband on it that like draws the dress in, which actually is kind of worse because it makes all of the fabric up top like too baggy. So I'm gonna try and I've already cut it apart. So I cut out the elastic and I'm gonna try and sew it to fit it more to my chest and then keep it more flowy and everything. Down in the bottom, I might add some little pleated bits or something. Or not pleated, but add some sort of like darts and stuff in to make it flowier. But I just the elastic is rough for me. I used this song as my phone alarm for years and I have such a morning association with it and I suddenly feel like it's 7 a.m. My voice is getting like more and more hoarse as the stream is going on. Uh, Sorry, just checking the time. Um, I do want to do more like fashion videos. I think more like videos just wearing cute outfits because it was so fun. I basically just got to play dress up today when I was recording that video. One of my lights died. The other one's probably not long for this world. Um, but yeah, so I would like to be able to wear stuff like that more just because like I love that they're so pretty. It's just like it's one of those things that for me has always been pretty on other people or it's like pretty in a way that I've never seen myself. So it's like we're still figuring out what's, you know, personal, what's comfortable personally. Can we get a Queer Eye style review show where Sam tells us how to dress better, asking for a me? I legitimately have thought about like I don't think I'm very fashionable or anything, but like I like fashion, like um and I like hunting for stuff that I feel is nice or that I feel looks nice on me. And I've had to kind of come up with strategies for that, especially when most of the clothes that I like are not for the physical sex that I am. Um, it's you sort of have to figure out what parts of things. This is such a complicated topic to talk about because, of course, anybody should wear anything that makes them happy. If you're happy in it, then it's a fit that's good for you. But if we're talking by traditional materialistic standards, if you want clothes that you feel suit you and make you feel good in a traditional sense, um, like I've had to sort of figure that out. So it's like I can talk about what I've figured out for me, and then I guess other people can take that for whatever it is. But I've kind of thought about doing stuff more on like not like a little bit, I guess, more sensitive topics and stuff, like stuff that's even still a little private and uncomfy for me. Like I don't like really talking about like shaving or anything, but it's something that, you know, a lot of people have to deal with that are agender or uh, whatever other uh, uh, gender that they are. And body hair for a lot of people, or facial hair, can be very dysphoric. It is for me. But I went through a lot of pain and suffering to figure out what works for me. I went through a lot of not just stuff that didn't work for me, a lot of just razor bumps for years and ever just not fun stuff. It's not a fun thing to have to like experiment around with and figure out what works for you. But I think I've figured out something like a routine that for me gets me results that I'm happy with. It's quick enough that it's not like a detailed, I hated shaving. I did like traditional like razor shaving and stuff. Just terrible. Um, so it's just like if I can save anybody from having to go through any of those bad experiences, I'd like to, you know, having to struggle to figure something out that for 12 years that's both convenient and quick, something that's manageable, especially for somebody who doesn't have a lot of spoons, something that gets you results that you're happy with. And I think I figured something out. It's nothing overly complex, but, I've thought about that, some skincare stuff, and, there is a certain point where sometimes skincare is just skincare. It's not femboi skincare. That's just skincare, baby. But I think having stuff that's targeted at certain people makes it more accessible and more manageable. Because, when you're trying to figure out, like, maybe, um, male socialized people don't tend to get a lot of advice or guidance on skincare, at least when I was younger. And it's really hard to know where to start, especially when you look up what should I be doing and somebody tells you, the first link you click on maybe isn't the best for a beginner. Um, Not that some of them are great, but let's say you click on the wrong one as somebody who's just getting into it and trying to figure it out, and they tell you you need a cleanser, you need a serum, you need uh, a weekly mask, you need a clay mask, and you need a hydrating mask. You need to know if your skin is dry, combination, or oily, sensitive. That way you can know what kind of moisturizer to get. Um, it's really hard. It's a lot. And that's for every topic that is gendered. um, you know, Clothing, fashion, um, you know, uh, uh, the way you care for yourself and everything. Um, so it's just like, I think having stuff that's aimed at people who are, like I said, maybe a lot of, uh, at least maybe my audience, since I kind of direct some of my content at um, IMAB or male audiences, um, where oh fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Femboy skincare. There we go. Got it back. Uh, where it's like if you're aiming something at like, femboy skincare, it's sort of people who were socialized male. Maybe that might make it easier to be like, oh, like I want to get into more of a femboy style or whatever. It's like suddenly it becomes more manageable when you have femboy skincare because it gives somebody a place to start, and obviously then you want to keep it, you know, you don't want to overwhelm people. So it's like if you're kind of targeting an audience that hasn't had a lot of experience before, um, and this is just sort of an example for other topics too, like fashion, but you know, the 3 things that you should get to take care of your skin, or the 5 things you should get, or the 5 habits you should have, or whatever. And I actually really don't like listicle type stuff. It's good for organizing and catching attention, I think, but I think I tend to prefer, for myself, I prefer listicles, to be clear, but I think I absorb information better when I can't just look at, you know, the 5 things to do. When it's sort of more of an ethos that I'm hearing somebody explain and I'm understanding, and I'm walking away trying to understand that better than walking away with 5 points that I'm going to forget in a week. So I want to do some videos kind of talking about that stuff, about, you know, skincare in a way that's maybe digestible, but also not listed in like a point by point kind of way. I know everybody hates getting the life story with the recipe they searched up, but I do think it's in this context helpful. Learning that 90% of my skincare problems could be solved by just using lotion blew my mind. Yeah, it's just like, again, and you can't like blame people for that when it's just not something that you learn when you're growing up, like regardless of, for whatever reason. Like it's just like the whole literacy thing right now, you know, there's this whole generation that basically learned to read kind of wrong. I don't know if you guys have heard about this too much, but basically, you know, there were all the jokes about like I think it was mainly Gen Alpha, like Gen Alpha can't read. Well, it turns out they really can't. Like, because there was essentially a shift in how um reading was taught, based on something that ended up being false or wrong or whatever it turned out. It was basically a large experiment to some degree, where instead of teaching people how to recognize like letters and sound them individually, um, it was, I think it was sort of a sight reading sort of thing where you were seeing the words, and so you were sort of memorizing the shape of a word and the sound that went with it. It was almost, I guess, a little bit like kanji, maybe. So it's like with kanji. If you encounter a kanji you've never seen before, you haven't learned, you just can't. There's nothing you can do with it. You can make some inferences based on the information in it, but in general, you can't like tell a specific. You can't attach a specific thing to it, and that's essentially how they were teaching to people to read. Um, So if you come across a word that you don't know and that's how you've learned to read, you can't read that word. You have not memorized it. So it's like, I can't even remember how I got on this topic. It is a Bark Stark. It's my favorite. It's really the only soda I drink. I'll get something else, like if it's around, if there's like Cokes or something around, I'll drink them. But Barks is by far my preferred. My nephew-in-law and niece-in-law were taught that way, and they can't read half of the books in their house. Yeah, it's not. I've like fully dropped like all of the Gen Alpha can't read jokes just because like I feel like that feels kind of sad to me. It's just like, because that's a whole generation of people who kind of got like a social experiment done to that. I think that might be one of the things that's like remembered as like, you know, every generation ends up with their sort of bad reputation as they get older. I was kind of thinking the other day, I was wondering about what ours would be. And I think millennials will have, I think a lot of the bad reputation will be, of course, the iPad kid thing, but also I think the sort of like fucking a generation of their reading skills, where they have to like relearn to read as like teenagers or adults, when they've lost like the extreme plasticity of like a 5-year old. That's really rough, I think. And you can't blame them for it, of course. I will never give kids shit for acting weird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I never like really like I don't think I ever really made the joke, but it was like one of those things that, you don't think too much about and it's like, "Oh, haha, funny." Um, just generational jokes, but no, when I kind of saw an explanation of that, I was like, "Wow, that's actually like that's pretty fucked." Dr. Pepper blackberry though, I don't really like the this sounds so stupid. So the way that I was explaining this actually to a family member the other day was so all of the like flavored sodas to me, like there was a scene in uh Supernatural where Castiel, I think, explain when he was human, he talks about how he could taste food and it was delicious. But then when he became an angel again, he could only taste it like molecules. He could understand what it was, not taste it, not experience it necessarily like a human would. Um and I feel like that's what those flavors in sodas feel like to me, other than vanilla. Vanilla, the goat. Vanilla Coke can't it can't very close to can't be beat. Barks wins out, but it's very good. But I feel like everything else that I've had, it's like something with cherry, something with whatever fruit or whatever, or the oh my god, the orange dream ones from Coke lately are awful. I feel like I can taste the artificial flavoring like separate from the soda. It's gross. And it's like I don't know. No, I feel like I've heard other people that don't like them, but I don't know. Feels like a unique issue. Maybe that's why some of my students struggle in some of the ways they do. Yeah, it's like I think they've recently started reverting like in the past couple years like how they're teaching reading again, but why is everybody shitting on the Coke? That orange vanilla Coke is the go. It's the orange cream one, if that's the one you're talking. It's so bad. I like I never like don't finish a soda. Like not in the way that I'm like I'm going to drink this all like greedy, but just like I just don't. I sip. Um I didn't finish that soda. It was not good. Especially so with stevia, it tastes like plastic to me. Yeah. I can't drink most sodas because my body just tastes sugar and chemical. I am getting the chemical thing is getting worse even with just regular soda for me now. But there is just even with that root beer just like quenches the deep thirst within me that I have not found another to satisfy. I can taste the molecules with the Stardust Coke. Oh, I think I just heard somebody come home, so I think we're gonna probably finish up here. Thank you guys so much for coming to stream. Sorry, I know it's kind of an abrupt ending, but it just be like that nowadays. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Root beer, it'll quench you. Thank you for streaming. Of course. Thank you for stopping by, Lilin. I remember when Coke was doing. There was like some space Coke or something that was good. That one was delicious. I think it tasted like marshmallow or something. That one, the exception. But I think that and vanilla are the only ones that I've found. And I think marshmallow is pretty close to vanilla. Stardust, yeah, maybe it was that. All right, well, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for jamming out with me. Thank you for enjoying the J Rock. It'll be, as I said, disappearing. So I will talk to you all later. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good time zone. I'll see you later. We might raid somebody, but if we do, I'm gonna be away from the PC for a second. So I'm actually gonna switch back to my starting screen just to be safe, so I don't face reveal. So goodbye, good night. I will talk to you all later.